Oftentimes, children need help in interpreting what they are experiencing, and that is where the teacher comes in. The teacher can promote scientific learning through interactions by extending conversations, increasing scientific vocabulary, by giving names to what the child is working on. But I stress that this must be done in authentic ways. Teachers must act as facilitators of the exploration. It's a dance where the child is doing the leading. If you've ever watched a couple dancing where both people wanted to lead, it actually looks pretty awkward and ends pretty quickly. That is what can happen when a teacher takes over a child's natural curiosity and desire to make sense of their world. Let the child lead, and then you follow as the teacher and follow where the child goes. I recently was observing in a classroom that was beautifully arranged for many different kinds of scientific curiosity. There was a table that invited children to sort and investigate shells and other items found on a beach. There were materials added to the block area to encourage experiences with things that could roll down a ramp. And then there were different sizes of glass containers that were filled with beautiful colors of water in varying amounts to encourage exploration of sound when they were tapped with a mallet. And then also in the sensory table, they had various items for children to experience conservation of matter as they transferred water from one container to another. There were so many opportunities for children to be curious about. However, the teacher, who was very well-intentioned, began asking children question after question after question about what they were doing and why they were doing it and what color they were looking at, completely interrupting the authentic exploration. I actually watched a child that was getting too many questions pick up her ramp and move it away from the teacher so that she could continue to explore in peace, because the teacher was just asking too many questions. Questioning is a great way, though, to interact with children, but you as a teacher must know when to engage. Children need to be respected for their pace of their learning, and as teachers we must always be observant of when we should enter this dance. Teachers also have a great opportunity to model a sense of wonder and excitement along with the children. We must fight the idea that we always have to give the answers to something, to any questions that the children have. We can join in the experiences by saying such things as, I wonder why that happened, or I'm not sure why that happened. Can we figure this out together? And of course, taking opportunities to use scientific vocabulary with children, such as, my guess is that this happened because, but what is your hypothesis? Please remember that why questions can be very challenging for children and sometimes puts them in the corner and makes them feel pressured that they have to have the right answer. Focus on, why do you think this way, or what did you notice about this? Basing questions on the levels of thinking, such as stage 1, what happens when you place a ball at the top of a ramp? Encouraging the child to do something. Stage 2, how can you make the ball roll faster? Encouraging the child to do something specific. And stage 3, how did you get the ball to knock over those pins? Encouraging the child to explain their actions. It's through your interactions with the child, based on their invitation for you to join them, is what makes these interactions powerful and extends the science learning.